Game design itself is a game. In fact, we game designers are players in an MMORPG game. We all grind, gain experience point, and try to reach the end game. But there is something we need to know. This game is pay to win, and the reward system works backwards. Hello, I am Osman from InEv Games. I've been making games for about 8 months, and when I look at my progress, I said, is this the only progress I have made in such a long time? None of you have even seen my game yet. There is no playable demo. There is no screenshot to show. We can't playtest because we don't have a playable product. But it is not as bad as it seems, because I have learned a lot in the process, and I know exactly what I am going to do now. The real problem is that game designers start to give up at this stage, because we see making a game as a game, and it really is. If we have read Homoludens, which I've been talking about in almost every video, you know why. But we need to change our perspective a little bit. Let's take a look at the analogy at the beginning of the video. Designing a game is like playing a MMORPG game. We grind a lot to level up. We deal with boring quests. We form parties for difficult missions. We look for high-level players to help us. And yes, it is clear that this game is pay to win. But I am not going to talk about that. I am going to talk about the leveling system. Normally, leveling up is this kind of game is very easy at first. You level up quickly with simple tasks. As we level up, the mission gets harder and it takes longer to level up. This is actually a game design tactic. This way, we think we have gone most of the way and don't want to turn back because we have a little way to go. Also, leveling up quickly gives us the illusion of success and releases dopamine into our brains. So after a while, we became addicted to the game. This addiction keeps us playing the game even if the advanced levels are difficult. We work harder to experience the same leveling up pleasure. We will discuss how ethical this is later, but this is the game design of MMORPG in a nutshell. In real life, this works in a completely opposite way. In order to success in a job, for example, in making games, very challenging tasks await us at the beginning. We work hard. We spend a lot of time. We make all kinds of sacrifices. And at the end of the all, we realize that we have only progressed a very small distance. As you can see, this is the opposite of MMORPGs. But after a while, if we keep working hard, things get easier. Gradually, we start to build a network. We have money. The network we built brings us to more quality people. They were willing to give us more money. We start to get into places more easily with our knowledge. The more successful we are, the easier things become for us. So again, this is the opposite of MMORPGs. So, what does this information tell us? It means one thing: don't give up. We should not let games ruin our perception of reality. Theory says that in games everything is easy at first and then it gets harder. But we become stronger and we can overcome these difficulties. But real life is not like that. Real life starts from hardest level and our progress is very slow. But after a while, we realize that if we are patient, everything becomes easier for us. We need to be aware of this and constantly remind ourselves that trying for a long time and going on the short way is not a bet. Game design itself is a game, yes, but this game doesn't follow flow theory and therefore it can be very boring. We just have to be patient until we reach the most enjoyable endgame of this journey.